Welcome back, or probably just welcome to Drop Table channel. This video is about development and all cool stuff around it. Today we are going to become a bit smarter and going to know what on earth those trusted types that I put in title, in caption, in hashtags, everywhere mean and how they can solve all our problems connected with XSS on websites. Also, where to put those trusted types. Whether it's headers, whether it's JavaScript API, you will know in this video. Also, you will know what are security policies connected with those trusted types and how they can be created with JavaScript. And also the final question you will know the answer for is why I'm so excited about those trusted types and brand new, that is available only under feature flag in all browsers, API that we can use to solve our problems with XSS again. But first of all, could you please subscribe to this channel? If you subscribe, I'll be happy. If I am happy, then there will be one more happy person in this cruel world. And this how you can make this world a better place with one click. Just subscribe. Okay, let's start. Okay, let's take a look at an example. Okay, here we have really simple page. What it has is just a text field where you can enter your name, for example, and it says welcome Vlad. But if you don't know what XSS is, let's see. If I enter instead of name some tag, for example, image, you won't see there is no text here, image, because I set it as a HTML with the inner HTML, and it's parsed as a HTML, and it's not a text anymore, it's the real HTML tag, and it's parsed by browser and displayed as an image. And for example, if we add here and the source, src, for example, A, as you can see, I don't have image A, but it tried to show it, but failed to load. Okay, if we have failed image, then we can handle it with on error. And we can do it something like this and say alert. Let's see, let's show something interesting. We see cookie, very secret cookie. Oh my god, our cookie can be stolen. Okay, this example without any trusted types. It's just a usual page. As you can see, I can set anything I want. For example, if we take a look at the code, as you can see, it's quite simple. I find these two elements, then take a look. The code is kind of ugly, but you get used to it. Okay, and find as well the name container, and as you can see, what we do when we enter text or we take the input and put it in another element where we show the name that you enter in the input field as an inner HTML. It's just to show what XSS is. If you use here text content, it won't happen. The entire text will be interpreted by the browser as a text, not there. It won't be parsed. But in this case, it is parsed. And as well, there is another situation when, for example, someone in your huge team, in your huge corporation that produced the really big and great product, there might be something like this. For example, someone put eval. I don't know why. It might be like set timeout or other like new function on other types of evals, but they are the same. And if we refresh this page, as you can see, eval is evaluated. This code inside eval is evaluated, and all of this is some kind of the XSS, where you can run the code from the outside in your environment and take, for example, cookie, like, I don't know, session storage, whatever, like you can steal from your website, or like send a request that shouldn't be sent. Cool, but how we can fix it? And this is why we need the trusted types. As you can see, this is my simple server. If you're not familiar with Nginx syntax, don't worry, it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is this new header. As you can see, by default, I don't have any headers. I just ship the static files and that's all. But in this case, if I have in URL starts with required, yeah, I decided to put this new header. It just, what it does, this instruction, it just adds this new header to your HTTP response. And this header has the name content security policy, that probably familiar for you, that it's very great feature how you can stop requests to other sources that you don't want to send any requests. And here it's kind of a new type of content security policy is require trusted types for. And you say what source you want to, like where you want to set this trusted types policies. For example, in this case, I said script. Right now, it's the only option. Yeah, you can ask to obey this trusted types rules only from the scripts on your web page. And for now, yeah, that seems like there might be a WebAssembly, but I don't know. They don't. You cannot send any request or something like that. Yeah, that's why it's only script for now. Yeah, and it means this header means like that all scripts on your web page under this URL must have trusted types. And what does it mean, you will ask? I'll show you. Okay, let's open our web page. Oh, sorry, wrong. Yeah, this is my required. Let's start typing here something. It doesn't show anything, as you can see, but the code is completely the same. The script is completely the same. The only changes between all these three examples is this header trusted types, and as you can see, there is nothing there. Okay, and that's why here we need DevTool. Let's see what happens in DevTool. Oh my God, there are a lot of exceptions. Let's see what does it mean. And the exceptions is tell that failed to set inner HTML property on the element because this document requires trusted types, and the arbitrary string that you try to put into inner HTML is not trusted. It's just a string that can be taken from the valid sources like your website or somewhere that like from your static files or somewhere from like input, text input, or some from another server. And that's why the browser tells, okay, I don't know whether this string is valid or not, and that's why I just fail. I'm not going to parse it and cause any problems for your website. Let's see the code, like let's take a look again at the code. As you can see, it fails here. It just not allow you to put as HTML like arbitrary string, the string that is not trusted. But you will ask, okay, how can I make this string trusted? And here we have a policies that I talked in the very beginning of this video. Let's see. Also, as well, small notice, that when I refresh the page, as you can see, there is no evaluation. It's not evaluated anything. Let's see DevTool again. As you can see, there is another warning that says refuse to evaluate a string as a JavaScript because the command requires trusted types. It means like, again, this is string that came from, we don't know what the source of this string. It's not trusted. We cannot trust it, this string. It can be valid or can be not, can be malicious. And that's why the browser say, no, I'm not going to evaluate this string unless you tell me that it's trusted. And right now, there is a third example how we can show you whether it's trusted or not. Okay, let's take a look at the third example. And the only difference in the third example is that here also I a bit increased the, as you can see, it's separate URL. I increased a bit this content security policy header, and I add this line, this small line, trusted types. This is your trusted type name. You can come up with any names, it's up to you. As well as default. Default is like special trusted type. I'll show you how it works. And also you may allow duplicate. It means like there might be multiple trusted types, like security policies, multiple security policies with the same name. Yeah, but anyway, the main two things is this one, this my type, that it's completely my name, and default, that's the special name. Okay, let's see. And all other stuff is the same. As you can see, require trusted types. We still require all scripts to have, like, to enter any string or evaluate any string to be trusted. Yeah, but this part is tells the browser how we can tell that this string is trusted. Yeah, let's see on the same example, but let's add a bit more code. I prepared some code for you. Okay, first of all, let's import our policies. Let's see what the policies are. As you can see, this is a new API. Yeah, let's make it a bit bigger. Do you remember the trusted type header, content security policy header? Yeah, we have this trusted type and my type name. And here we should use this my type name. It's done because in your web server, you should trust only your policies that you, for example, generated on the server side, some hash or whatever. Like you know that this name of this policy is trusted and you can trust it. Any other scripts may create their own policies and try to verify the strings that they're going to use or insert into DOM. We refuse those policies. We only allow the one that you have in your header, and that's why the other scripts cannot create their own policies. And we can create only with this name, and right now it's my types. Great. This is, as you can see, a new type of API. It's very new because Visual Studio Code doesn't know about this. Okay, we have window, trusted types. You create a policy. The policy takes two arguments. The first one we talked about. That's the name of your policy that you have in your header and here. It should be the same. And the second one is an object that has, for now, it's 2022, just to make sure. Probably there will be added more. 3 possible hooks where you can hook and convert the certain string or certain script into a safe way. For example, as you can see, all of the 3. Create HTML. Every time you want to create HTML, it means like insert some HTML into DOM with a string. You need to call this function, and here you will convert your string, the one that you want to add to the DOM, yeah, into something safe. For example, that's, as you can see, very simple approach. I just replace the open tag symbol with this special HTML symbol. That's very simple. You shouldn't use it, but it's just for example. Okay, next hook is create script URL. If you are going to create some script URL and want to insert into DOM, you should call this function. And with eval, again, that's very simple example, but with eval, you need to, if you want to evaluate this script in eval, yeah, with eval, then you need to call this function. It will wrap into certain object, yeah, and you can evaluate that object, but you cannot evaluate the string, the original string. And this object, like this again, this the same. Here is your script that you want to evaluate. Here is some code that you check, refuse, throw an exception, do whatever you like. Yeah, but this should be called before we put the string into eval. Great. And default one, it's very useful thing, because if you afraid, for example, that you forget some places where it may fail, yeah, and you don't want to hard fail, or for example escape things that shouldn't be escaped, yeah, but you want to be notified about all those places, it's very great to have this default policy that will be called every time you try to put some HTML or some string into DOM, yeah. And here we go, I have like warning, all case of warning, and during development, it can be added during development only, and you will see all the problems. If you see the problems warning or some visual notification, you may understand, okay, there is a very dangerous place that should be properly refactored. And this is very great adoption for your website. If you're afraid to like hard fail and implement this particular policy, that very strict policies that sanitize all your HTML that you put into JavaScript, into DOM, probably this is the greatest approach. Just use this default create policy method and use the notification in debug mode only, and you'll see all the problems, try to fix it, and when you fix all of them, you can turn on the real sanitization and all those hard fail techniques. Okay, let's see, I talked more about this, how we can make possible to enter inner HTML, how we can fix this example to allow us enter some text into HTML like this. Okay, this is easy. This is my example. Sorry, not to. Let's replace our usual example. Yay! With this one. Cool. As you can see, I have escape HTML policy, the one that I've created. Sorry. As you can see, I have escape HTML policy, the one that I've created in save script here. Yeah, we just saw. As you can see, create HTML, there is a create HTML method. Okay, I call this method create HTML and put my text from my input. Yeah, there. The browser knows that we trust this policy. It identifies by name that we trust this policy. And this create HTML returns not a string, but an object that has this toString method, yeah, that will be called when we insert some string into something that should be converted into string. Yeah, and browser right now, if you insert this object that is produced by this function, browser knows, okay, this part is trusted. I trust this policy, and this string passes through validation that developer controls, and it means it trusted and it can be entered. It can be added to the DOM. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's update. Yeah, blah blah blah. We have it trusted. Vlad. Okay, let's put image. As you can see, it's not converted into the DOM element. Why? Because my simple sanitization works. As you can see, create HTML, let's go here, it just replaced this tag with this special symbol. It means like it's not an actual tag, and browser understand that and put it as a string. Cool. And as you can see, everything works. Okay, let's do again, just to be sure that it's not working. Okay, ba-bam, ba-bam. Okay, Vlad. Cool. Image. Cool, because we have default. Okay, let's comment this. Yes, because we have default, and you can see that, oh, sorry, we have default, F12, and as you can see, default, like, just, it allows all arbitrary string to be added to like inner HTML and everywhere run into eval. Yeah, but it just goes through this default policies. Yeah, as you can see, I have a lot of notification about this page has this problem. Yeah, cool. Okay, let's hide default and try let. As you can see, nothing works because we don't have default, that the default policies that browser will use it by you. You don't need to wrap it. And yes, and we try to put an arbitrary string to the inner HTML. Okay, let's wrap it with our policy that we trust and try to do it again. Vlad, as you can see, everything works. Cool, everything works. It means, like, let's summarize this. This header say, okay, I'm a browser not going to allow any arbitrary string into putting into HTML or evaluating with eval or other ways. Yeah, unless they are trusted. How they can be trusted? Easy. You should create should create a policy, yeah, with the name that matches the name that you have in header, and specify methods that will control or sanitize or throw or do whatever you like with these strings and mark them as trusted. And then after you call this function, those strings can be put in the HTML and browser will try to parse it or do whatever you like. And this really great. As you can see, you may just tell, I don't trust anything, I trust only this only one policy that I have generated hash every time I reload the page, like it will be random, no one can guess it. Yeah, and use this function all over the place. And that will remove all dangerous tags, for example, sanitize your input, and only this text can be added into DOM. That's why you don't have any XSS possible, because you're not inserting into DOM any dangerous string. You can insert into DOM only the strings that you trust, and you can trust the strings only that parse that go through your sanitization step. Great. And you may ask, okay, why Vlad, in 2022 you're talking about this feature that was added on the Google conference like 3 years ago or something? Yeah, and right now it's kind of probably losing its hype because of another feature that right now you need to use it. You need to turn on it's in Flex, in Chrome, Firefox. The browser decided to add a new sanitization API that will allow you not to download in any sanitizing library that we have right now, like Pure DOM or something. It just has the API that allows you sanitize the script. It means like the browser, that the developers of the browser try to, they understand what is dangerous and what is not, and that's why they okay, we know that a lot of people sanitize their HTML to add it into DOM. And that's why we come up with this API that will allow you to do so. And it's simple, it's very simple, and can be used in policies, for example. Let's see. As you can see, you can create a sanitizer, a simple sanitizer. It's a new object, and it has multiple APIs, multiple methods. You may check in the website, its documentation, but the most interested in is this sanitize for. It means you have a string and you want to put it into div, for example, and you say, okay, please sanitize this string and put it into div with sanitize for. And B, in this case, it's the actual HTML tag, div tag, with the content of this one. And this sanitizer will remove all dangerous things, like, for example, on error for images, this script part, and leave only an actual HTML, that valid HTML with actual text, but without all these dangerous things. For example, in this case, it keeps only probably nothing, just empty. But if I add something like span here, like span, and some text, cool, it will keep this part and put it into div. And yes, that's very great tool that you can use inside your trusted types to sanitize, and everything will be great. But one more thing, even better, this API help us to avoid doing something like this, like putting inner HTML, and we can, with trusted types, we can just forbid any input, unsafe input into HTML, and come up with this simple API called setHTML. And setHTML, what you have, okay, name, does the same as inner HTML, but it takes this string, put into this new sanitizer that we saw right now, and convert it, like remove all dangerous stuff, and do this inner HTML for you. Let's see. Okay, let's refresh the page. See, Vlad, cool. Image, src, cool. The image is actual tag. Okay, we saw that it's dangerous. But as I said, the setHTML and sanitizer don't actually escape everything. It just removes the dangerous stuff. It means like the image, it's an actual image, src, a, invalid image. But what if I try to do my XSS part? On here. Okay, let's do something like this. As you can see, nothing happens. Why? Because the sanitizer removes all dangerous part and allows you to set into HTML. And that's why both of these features are very powerful. You first can forbid any dangerous input into your HTML and DOM, and allow developers use this setHTML that can be the same HTML can be added but trusted and without any dangerous part. And these two features will solve all the problems connected with XSS on your website. Thank you for watching. See you on GitHub. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have more questions about how we're going to use these trusted types with Angular, React, or other frameworks, please leave a comment. I'll try to answer them. And please subscribe. Make me happy. Make this world a better place. See you on GitHub.